Hey, good morning. So normally I like to wake up around 9:30 on Saturdays and Sundays just because I set the alarm. No matter what time I sleep at night, I like to wake up at 9:30 because I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time, you know? So how are you doing today? Do you have any plans for a leap year? Right, February 29th. Woo! Anyway, usually for breakfast, at least every day, I like to have oatmeal because it's good for your heart, I guess. And I'm also having Pop-Tarts. What the hell is it called? Pop-Tarts, hash brown, and green tea. Usually every morning I have green tea. The secondary stuff like the Pop-Tarts or the, so what is this called again? The hash brown. Damn it. It's always random. It's either eggs or a bowl of cereal plus, anyways. I was watching this interesting movie last night. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's called I Lost My Body. And it's a very indie-like movie. And I think the reason why I started watching it, or I even heard about this movie, is I think one is because of the Oscars. The Oscars kind of basically, I think this won like best music or something, and man, you have to listen to the music or the soundtrack. It's actually really cool, really good. It's one of those very compelling, very like epic, like instrumental, like violins or cello or whatever, playing music, right? And I just started watching that, and afterward, I kind of got into like movie mode making, and I wanted to work on my introductory video that I recorded yesterday. And I spent about an hour doing that. And I kind of wanted to let it process. And it was going to take about 40 minutes. So I ended up deciding to watch some StarCraft. And here, why don't you watch it with me while I have breakfast? All right, hopefully you can see that, right? This is not really live. I mean, they're having a live event actually this past weekend, but I'm trying to catch up. There's just too many episodes to watch, and I'm just, I don't have time to really watch this on my free time. Well, sometimes, right? And I was watching this really, really good match between TY and Cure, and I'm going to get you to like StarCraft. If you don't like StarCraft, I'm going to get you to like StarCraft. Sorry, let me lower the volume a little bit. The reason why StarCraft is such a great, we'll call it an esport, right? Basically an esport. Like, the reason why it's so fun to watch is because of how much strategy, not only strategy, but tactics and mechanics. Like, I remember, I don't know if you played the game or not, like when I played the game, the highest I've ever reached was like a master's level player, and this is like level 3, like 98, rank 98 or something out of like 1, plus you have to go like down the rank. And you have to respect how these guys play the game. I mean, granted, we kind of at least for me, back when I was in high school, like making fun of people, like, what the hell? People actually watch people play video games? Like, that's so weird. But you get to really, really freaking appreciate just how skilled these players are in their craft. In this case, StarCraft. And, like, so you have these two players, you have TY and you have Cure. Both Terran players. And TVT is basically, well, if you don't know the races, Terrans are basically humans, like the human race. You have Zerg, which is like the alien race, and Protoss, which is like Zerg is the insect race, Protoss is the alien race. Just watch Starship Troopers, you kind of get a feel of what Terran versus Zerg looks like. Anyways, the reason why TVT matchups are so fun is because you're trying to essentially out-strategize your opponent. One of the strongest units that Terran has is called the Siege Tank, right? And the Siege Tank is basically a siege unit that has like a +6 or +7 range. And it does a lot of damage, right? So also based off of map location and where you're putting your units, it's really important to basically get proper territory while also attacking and defensively. How do I put this as easy as possible? A lot of it is strategy. They always equate this game to like Go. It's like that either a Chinese or that Japanese like marble game where it's like you have either black or white tile units. And the whole point is to try to essentially surround your opponent with like, I think as little pieces as possible or something like that. I don't really know the game. But because you have these two players who are almost doing the exact same thing, a lot of it ends up becoming strategy, right? Where are you putting your units? How are you allocating specifically where your units are going so that one side is not weak? Therefore, if your opponent attacks that, you have to have ample defense to make sure that you defend this base. And it was fucking crazy because the game lasted 40 minutes. And it was just fun. And the game basically ended in one single swoop after like they finally decide to engage in battle. Because for the most part, they were trying to restructure and reorganize. Like, I'm going to put my units here. I'm going to unsiege my tanks, move it down a little bit, and slowly try to push their way towards the enemy front line. And that's why I love this freaking game. Like, sadly to say, I don't really play anymore. Like, I kind of wish I still did play, but a lot of it is just anxiety, right? They've always said, like, I've always been kind of anxious about playing this game because you're essentially putting your pride on the line. It's kind of, right, if you think about it. And this is, I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to have breakfast. I'm going to kind of just watch some of these games. And I'm going to end up introducing you to Justin, one of my friends I haven't met in about... I haven't seen him in almost 6 months. And I don't know, we just kind of fell off, but I'm excited to see him. And he invited me to a mixer. So I want you to check out this mixer with me. And yeah, let's see what it's like. All right, man. All right, you ready? Let's do this. All right, man. Before we get this show on the road, we got to pick our party jam. Let's take a look. That's right. We're going to be listening to some old classic 70s music. I don't know if you've ever played Grand Theft Auto before, but this jam is so good. I mean, it just gets you in the mood, right? Like, let's listen to that. All right, let's get this show on the road. I'm not really a bar type of person, but the last time I did this, I would say, I did pretty well. And I remember this time when I was, if you remember, back in like 2004 or 5 or somewhere around that age, like if you guys remember the pickup artists, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically people like Mystery, for example. Who's the big one back in the day? It was like Style or something like that. Like he came out with this book called The Game. And it's a pretty interesting read if you haven't had a chance to read it. So I would highly recommend, yeah, why not just take a look and see what the book's about. But if you're not familiar with like a pickup artist thing, it's basically how to teach men how to approach women, how to take them to bed, like stuff like that. It's so shallow. I mean, it's so stupid. And one of the things that I did when I was in my 20s, like back when I was in college, right, was try to do this. So what I would end up doing is like me and a couple of friends, hopefully you end up getting to meet them one of these days. They're back in California. But we would always go out like every Friday night. We'd go out to a bar, not a club, but a bar, because a club is too loud. You can't really talk to people, right? It's too loud. We'd go and we just try to talk to people, approach people. And at the time, I wasn't really the most confident person. But I would try to use these tactics, right? Like how to do like a cold read or what's it called? Cold approach or something. And you're giving like these icebreakers. Like here's a stupid one, right? Like, hey, who cheats more, men or women? It's like, okay, sure. And the one thing that I guess I want to bring up now is this: I don't need to rely on stupid gimmicks anymore. All I have to do is just be myself. Like, ooh, cliche. But this is actually 100% true. Like if you're just yourself, and you're completely confident in who you are and your ability, and the main primary thing is that you don't really care what the other person thinks about you, all of a sudden that makes you really attractive, because no one wants to date a needy person, right? So, and I participate in a lot of meetup groups, primarily because Seattle is not really, it's kind of a closed, small niche city. And I want to continue to practice my social skills. And just over this last couple of months, I don't want to say I've gotten super good at it, but I'd say, yeah, you know what? I've gotten pretty good at it to the point where I can pretty much have a conversation with anybody that I am interested in, so long as they are also interested in me. At least, meaning like, a conversation goes both ways. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're going to this bar. I forget what it's called. It's on my calendar. It's already set my GPS, so sorry if I can't think of the name right now. But it's gonna be located over at Capitol Hill. And Capitol Hill is, sorry, I know it's a little dark. It's just the contrasting of the camera with the light and my face. This is, yeah, anyways. So we're going to Capitol Hill, which is kind of like the bar scene in Seattle. And there's not a lot of places to really, go out to clubs, bars. The club scene in Seattle is not the best, but I'm looking forward to it. gonna go and meet my friend Justin, who I haven't seen in 6 months. So if anything, I'm just gonna go there to hang out, just kind of reacquaint myself and say, hey, how you doing? And I have a surprise for us tomorrow, so I can't end up staying too late. And you'll see, all right? Gonna make sure that. Anyway, sorry. We're gonna make sure that we don't stay too long unless we're having a great time with just the people we're interacting with, the people we're talking to, and yeah. Anyways, let's So since you're watching, I'm just gonna kind of show you the drive towards downtown. The nice thing about downtown Seattle is, of course, you know, downtown always got skyscrapers, it's always got lights, and there's just one particular area where we get to see I think it's called CenturyLink Field. It's one of CenturyLink Field is where like the Seattle Seahawks play, and then we have the T-Mobile Arena, something like that. I get it mixed up. I'm sorry. And so we're gonna go and do that. And all right. So sorry about that. So my friend Justin just gave me a call, and we are basically changing up our plans. So instead of going to where we were originally gonna go, we're just gonna go meet up at a place called the Rhine House. And then from there, I guess we're just gonna either walk around and just find a place for us to kind of catch up and hang out, or I don't know. I mean, plans falter, they didn't work out, but hey, it's okay. I'm still excited to hang out with my friend and, you know, bring you along. And yeah, now you can actually get to meet him, and let's either way, whatever. You and I, we're gonna have a good time either way. So sorry, my friend didn't want to be introduced in the camera, so I decided not to film that interaction. But I also just kind of want to spend time with him because I haven't seen him in basically a couple of months. And we're just kind of just catching up again and just seeing how he's doing. And yeah, fun guy to be with. Yeah, we ended up going to like Banchan, which is like a Korean fried chicken place. And honestly, I don't think it was that good. I felt like I was eating mostly batter, if anything else. There's not much chicken, if anything. So, but I figured I'm just gonna come home early. It's about 10 o'clock in the not afternoon, sorry, 10 o'clock p.m. And I'm just gonna have a good time. I'm gonna finish watching some StarCraft. But as of right now, I am walking my dog. Mimi, say hi. That is my cute little fluffer right there. I live in downtown Bellevue, if you guys can see that. Okay, so if you can see that, that's pretty much my view. It's a pretty chilly night tonight. It's about 50 degrees right now in Bellevue. We're gonna have a good time tomorrow. So I have to make sure to sleep a little early today. I gotta wake up around 6 a.m. Make sure we have breakfast, and then after that, we're gonna get ready to go. But I'm not gonna show you where we're going until we get to our final destination. So you're gonna have to keep your eyes closed the whole time. But I promise you, it's gonna be completely worth it. And I'm gonna guide you throughout the whole interaction, the whole experience. So we're just gonna have fun, right? I'm just gonna finish up walking my dog for the evening, and then just kind of chill, watch some StarCraft a little bit, just kind of finish up the IEM Katowice tournament. And then, yeah, get ready for bed, have a good night, and see you bright and early tomorrow morning, all right? Make sure you're there. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.